I bought these shipping containers a few years ago, hoping to get more organized so I could find things quickly and easily, instead of the piles of stuff you usually end up with around a blacksmith shop. However, so far, the container has just been a place to store a lot of the piles of stuff. I have a plan, I just haven't carried through very well. And that plan has always involved getting all the nuts and bolts and spare tools that don't get used very often, that kind of stuff, out of this other shed and into the shipping containers. But some recent changes in the main shop have made getting this cleaned out a little bit more important. There's now something new that I want to do with this. Well, not real new, I've been thinking about it for years, but didn't really think I would ever do it. Now I think there's a chance, and if you want to know what that is, you're going to have to watch the end of the video. But for now, Janet has taken pity on me and is going to help me sort through all of the nuts, bolts, and other junk in this shed, try and get the container organized. Then hopefully I will have an empty space and an empty canvas to work with. Well, these are a couple of cool old things. Not sure what I'll ever do with them, but I would hate to give them up. This is only a 1.5 ton hoist, and it's about 5 times heavier than my 2-ton hoist. And then there's this tumbler that seemed like a good idea at the time, but it never really did the job I needed it to. It pulverized the scale on the parts so much that it left kind of a graphite type finish. Then had to be cleaned off, and it was easier to just wire brush the pieces. Might be a really good tool for somebody that has a use for it, and if you need it, it's free. You can come get it. Janet and I have been working on this project for about a week now. This building is now empty. This is a fresh canvas, ready for a fresh start. The nuts and bolts sorting project is really well underway, although we ran out of the little dividers that go in the bin, so I gotta wait for more of those to show up. And while the shipping container took a lot of what was in here, it isn't as big a disaster as I was afraid it was going to be. I'm still going to have to go through that as a whole separate phase of this operation. But the main thing was to get this emptied and get the shop back in order after the nut and bolt project. So a couple more days of doing that, and I should be back to work in the shop, I hope. Now at the beginning of the video, I said I had plans for this building, and that has to do with taking the coal forge out of the main shop. And I've always thought that when that happened, I would like to put the coal forge in here, right back in that corner over there, and be able to come in here and use it without having to drag it back in there and without it being in my way there, because it's something that I really only need from time to time. So my plan is to finish cleaning this up a little bit, do something with the floor to kind of level it out, and go through with a magnet and get all the loose nuts, bolts, and other scrappy bits out of here. And it has occurred to me that I could even go a little bit further than just setting up the forge and an anvil. This building is big enough to make a very simple, hand tool oriented blacksmith shop. Put the coal forge in here, an anvil, set up a little bench with a vise, some files, and that would be enough to get some work done in here. And I think we might just do a whole series of videos that are oriented around working in this space in a more rustic environment without the modern tools. Exactly how that's going to work out, I can't say at this point. It's going to take a lot of time to make that happen, and I've got other things I need to be doing, so I don't know that I'm going to work on this continuously at this point. I'll at least get the forge stored over here so it's not in the way in the other shop. Then we'll just see how the time and the budget goes to see if I can get this set up. And I think I'll do another video on just what my plans are, and maybe even draw a little blueprint of where I think everything might go. As always, I hope you enjoyed following along with this video. Hope you can get into your shop, make something, but stay safe. Wear your safety glasses. We'll see you for the next one.